Hey, it's your boy, and this is a special, I guess you could say, birthday episode. Because as I'm filming this, it's on my birthday, or it is my birthday as I'm filming this. Oh boy, I can't get this. Oh boy, this thing is stuck. I just got a Yeti mug for my birthday from myself. I'm pretty sure that sounds amazing. So, I'm going to be 100% honest. Don't got anything planned for today. I don't really know what I'm going to do this whole episode on because I don't really have much planned. Like, I've been busy. Didn't have time to plan yesterday because I finished work like late yesterday. And then I just came back from work and I got to do the cake still. So I guess we could just talk about random things. Like, and when I mean random, I mean like random. Like, I literally, what can we talk? Like, wow, Lewis Hamilton won another race. Tim Peel got fired. That's a big thing. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that, even though it literally happened the day that the podcast drops, and I record these a day before I release the episode, and then they go and fire him the day after, as if I didn't record. Like, thank you. I just realized I forgot to put something up. I'm really tired. I had Chick-fil-A today. That's great. I was gonna put up, for if you're watching it on YouTube, the background is the same. Give me a second, actually. Let me change the background real quick. Because, like... Hold on. We're just... Yeah, there's a little dead silence over here. I'm not a fan of the silence, but, we gotta do what we gotta do. Actually, we're gonna keep Lowry because he didn't get traded, and I'm very happy about that. McDavid is relevant. By what? Okay. So I think this is a pretty good jersey wall. So, it's my 21st. I don't really like talking about my birthday. Because I'm just not that type of guy where, like... Birthdays to me, it's fun. It's not the same though. Like, I spent my 20th and now my 21st is during COVID. So there's not really much I can do. Like, and this weekend too. It's like I could have gone out Saturday. Well, maybe Saturday, but it's Easter weekend this year. And, being Italian, that's a big thing. But it is what it is. Okay. Hopefully 22, I can, go out. This year, apparently, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this year was supposed to be the American Grand Prix. It was supposed to be in Florida this year. And I had plans when they announced it. I was going to go to Florida because it would have been perfect. It would have been like May. I would have been 21 by the time. Go watch the race. I'll be in Florida. I have cousins in Florida that are dying for me to come down. I could have gone down to watch the race and experience Florida for myself. But then COVID happened, so that didn't happen. It's going to wait. But yeah, I'm legal in the States now, which the fact that, 21 is legal in the States is still a bit absurd. When Canada it's 19. And yet for both, once you turn 18, you can say, fuck it. I'm gonna go, risk death and go fight in the military. I don't know. Then again. But yeah, birthdays I find have been interesting. After my 18th, actually even my 18th. 19, yeah, 19, my 19th birthday, I prefer not to talk about that. 20, spent it. It was literally like a couple weeks into lockdown. And now we're a year into lockdown. It's my 21st. And just like, at this point, it's just a regular day to me. Like, I'm not that kind of guy where I want the big parties anymore. like for me, just small things, small family dinners, have a couple friends over, like what we did last night with my friends. It was perfect. They surprised me with a bonfire, a cigar, and a couple beers. It's all I cared about. That's all I want. I ain't about that. And then, like, here's the thing with how I am. I know a lot of people, and a lot of people know me. And then my mom knows a lot of people. And then a lot of people follow her on Instagram. And then she'll post stuff on Instagram. And at work today, I was barely even on my phone. Like, all I felt was zzz, 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 zzz. I was cashing people out, and all I hear is zzz, 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 zzz. When I got off of work, when I tell you, I got home, and for a good hour, I was literally going, thank you, I appreciate it, thank you, Egumpa, thank you, thanks, Kuji. I'm gonna tell you this right now, if you want an original response from me, you better come out either guns blazing or message me before 10 o'clock on my birthday, because like last year by 10 o'clock, I was like, I'm fucking sick and tired of answering messages. I love the messages, thank you, I was ready to throw my phone out because like it was getting to the point I didn't know what to say anymore. I don't know. After like the first 50, what am I saying 50? After like the first like 7 messages, I don't know what to say. It's just all jumbled in my brain. And so like I just say the most unoriginal stuff, even though like I actually do very much appreciate it. It's just that like it gets to the point where I had so many messages to get through. And I'm like, what? I'm going to be here for an hour and I'm still not done them. I had to stop in the middle of answering messages so I can record this thing. And I'm pretty sure I use my phone to record the video for this. I don't have a camera yet. My phone is probably going to die in the middle of this recording because of messages. I hope to God it doesn't. But we do what we got to do. Anyways, that's my little rant again, though. Thank you for the messages. 20, and for the people that are wondering what it feels like, I already had a couple of people ask me what it feels like to be 21. It's essentially what it felt like to be 20, and then people ask me, what it was like to be 20, and same thing as when I turned 19. And when I turned 19, it felt like I was essentially 54 years old, because my back hurts, my knee hurts, my shoulders are messed up still from football. Thanks, Shamanad. Yeah, I'm a 21-year-old with the body of a 54-year-old, and I listen to music from the eras of the 50s, the 40s to about the 80s. Some 90s stuff, some 2000s, some 2010s, some 2020s, but it's mostly 40s, like old Italian music to like classic 80s rock. I'm the most confusing 21-year-old in the world. And if you're confused as to where I'm getting at with this, I am too. I lost track of what I'm talking about. This is. I told you I had no time to plan for any of this. I have had no time to plan anything, like legit no time. I've been busy since I dropped the episode on Wednesday. I've had no time for anything. But yeah, it's been fun. It's fun being 21 years old. Like I said, it feels like I'm 21. It feels like I'm still 20, and then when I was 20, it still felt like I was 19. Even though I felt more mature, but I don't know. Like where do I go from here to talk about like sports and stuff? It was kind of. It's not that it was a boring week. There was one big thing that happened in hockey. I should definitely be talking about that. We had the first race of the F1 season, and I actually got a lot of positive feedback with the F1 episode. So there's that. I still got to figure out how to do the tracking at the bottom for segments. just so that it's easier for people to, listen to what they actually want to listen to. Like, I know not everybody cares about listening to about me talk about how I love Michael Schumacher, and they want to listen to me, talk about Mercedes. Even though while I was talking about Mercedes, I'm pretty sure I was talking about how much I love Michael Schumacher. And I will say, wow, I'm pissed at myself. When I was recording that, I was listening back to the recording and how confused I was. I didn't realize, I couldn't remember if he won 7 or 6 championships. I've never hated myself more than at that moment, because like, it's 7, not 6. I just don't know why I couldn't remember. I don't even know why I didn't even think to ask Google. She's literally right there. I was I was even embarrassed that I couldn't even remember at the time. I was even more embarrassed when I still thought it was 6. So that's that. There's nothing you can really do about it. What else is there to talk about? I don't really want to. I'm like, I have nowhere to go with this. Should I just talk about random stuff? Let me talk about Tim Peel first, and I'll talk about random stuff. So, like I said last week after I dropped the episode, like I was talking about the Leafs and the Raptors, and I was hoping, to have something else other than F1, even though it was mostly an F1 episode. I would have loved for this to happen. I would have loved for Tim Peel to screw up very bad before, I dropped that episode, before I was recording, because this is a huge thing. So, for those of you who don't know, Tim Peel was fired for NHL. He was fired from the NHL. He was a referee. There's like a lot of stuff that was coming out. He was prepared to retire by the end of the season. Excuse me. He was preparing his retirement. This year was the last year he was going to retire after this year. And then they fire him because he was mic'd up, and during his hot mic, he essentially talked about. So what happened in the Nashville-Detroit game? The refs gave Detroit a bad call, I think it was, and then as a makeup call, the Predators got a penalty for like goaltender interference or something like that. And then Tim Peel on the hot mic essentially said that he didn't want to give he said, I think this is essentially his quote, "I didn't want to fucking give the call, but I had to." That's essentially what he did. He, like, during the hot mic, he said that he had to give the call as a makeup call. And now, if you watch sports, you can tell that they do this, that refs do this all the time. The difference with him admitting it and then, the evidence, other evidence being there other than him admitting it, like, you watch it, you see it in the NBA, you really see it a lot, in my opinion, you see it a lot in football and hockey. Those are the two that I've noticed it a lot. Because if there isn't a pass interference call, like if an NFL referee misses a major pass interference call, the next slightest little tug, that's going to be pass interference or holding or whatever. In the NHL, they miss a blatant tripping, they're going to call or they say they miss a blatant tripping, they miss blatant slashes, they miss blatant goaltender interference or whatever. The next, I guess you could say, minor little thing that happens is essentially a makeup call, and you see it all the time in a lot of major sports. The difference with, every other ref compared to what Tim Peel did is he actually admitted it. It was on video, him him saying that he had to do the makeup call. In a business like hockey, where you're basically very, like, you need, like, what am I trying to say? You need, like, sponsorships with betting sites and whatever, and you rely on bettors in your league. If you have a ref essentially saying that that this was a makeup call, or that he does makeup calls, you're gonna lose money from these betting sites, because what these bettors are hearing is these refs are controlling the game, not the players or the coaches or the actual teams. It's the refs that are controlling the outcome of the game. You hear that? That's if I'm not mistaken, the main reason why Tim Peel was fired from the league. You have him admitting it, you're going to be losing a lot of money just from that admission. You can't be having one of your top, like, your referees admitting that they're using that they're doing makeup calls just because he missed something, or because they gave a bad penalty before, or whatever. You're essentially, the refs are controlling the game. This isn't really punishment for whatever. This is what I see it more as. Like, we've seen, and now these refs are most likely gonna be playing chicken with the league. They fired one of the longest tenured refs right now for admitting that. Now I think you're gonna be seeing, like, a lot of the time, but like, at the same time, it's still seen. Like, just because it happened, just because they fired him, I still think we're going to be seeing the same things. I don't think there's going to be a lot changing. That's just my thing. I think that the refs should make the calls, and if they miss something, you don't make a makeup call. You miss it, you miss it. That's how it is. Play the game. You're human. You're going to miss calls. You don't need a makeup call for every missed call. That's how it is. And if you're going to be playing like that, you're going to be playing like that. I'd say don't do that because it ruins the game. I'd say try and get every call as you can. If you don't get every single call that you can, don't. But then you're also, if you get every single call that you can and you have all these, if you're going to be calling all these penalties, you're going to be slowing down the game. So that's another thing. You're going to have to let a couple calls go. In the playoffs, you're like, a lot of these calls aren't going to be made. Like, you're not going to be seeing a lot of, like, slashing calls, cross-checking calls, stuff like that. Like, little stuff that can probably, like, that you can sort of get away with. Yeah, it's not going to be called. If it's like a blatant tripping or like a hit to the head or boarding, yeah, maybe boarding still, yeah. Unless, if you're Nazem Kadri and it's a boarding call, then you're suspended for the rest of the fucking series. But a lot of the time, not going to be seeing, like, in the playoffs, like, little calls, like minor penalties, are going to be missed, I guess you can say, because they want the game to be played a certain way in the playoffs, or the game is played a certain way in the playoffs. It's very rough hockey. That's why this is another reason why I say that it's, the hardest trophy to win in sports. Listen, if you're gonna be and now we're also seeing, like, refs covering up their mic, like, who was it? I can't remember the ref's name, but Wayne Simmons went up to one of the refs during the. No, it wasn't the Ottawa game. I think it was the Calgary game. Can't remember who they played. I think it was against Ottawa. But Wayne Simmons goes up to the ref, and the ref, because, like, Wayne Simmons was blatantly tripped, and then the ref covered up his mic while he was talking to Simmons. A lot of people are theorizing with that, but this is also, like, refs not wanting to incriminate themselves. Like, he might not have said anything wrong. It's mostly theorizing with what people are saying he said. But at the end of the day, he didn't want to incriminate himself. He could have said something. He didn't. It doesn't mean that he said anything bad. He just doesn't want to run the risk. That's basically all it is. But yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of crazy stuff with the refs these next few weeks. Going into the playoffs, into the trade deadline. We got the draft coming up. Oh, what is it? April 12th is the trade deadline. There's a lot of stuff happening April 12th now that I think about it. April 12th is a weird day. There's a lot of stuff. I really hope I'm not working that day. But yeah. The NHL is weird, dude. Don't incriminate yourself, kids. Just don't be stupid, basically. Like, if you got a microphone on you, don't say stupid shit. Like, I wouldn't even, if you have it on you, not even like, you can close it all you want. I'd still be worried because you don't know if you actually closed it unless you actually know. Just don't say stupid shit. That's basically it. Falcon and the Winter Soldier started. It's a great show. I love it. First episode was great. Second episode was fantastic. I like that they brought out Isaiah Bradley. I almost said his name and his grandson's name together. Isaiah Bradley, not Elijah. I like that they brought him in. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I just need something to talk about because, like, whatever. I'm excited to see Zemo this week. I think the Flag Smashers are cool. I think these last few Marvel villains, like a lot of the Marvel villains that we're seeing, it's a lot better than what we saw in Phase 1. Phase 1 was basically a copy-paste, like an evil version of the person that the heroes were fighting. So you had Captain America versus Red Skull. Red Skull wanted to become powerful. I think he had the super soldier serum in too, but it didn't really work too well. He lost the skin on his face, and he looks like if Voldemort got a sunburn. I'm pretty sure some Harry Potter fans are gonna be mad at me for saying his name, which Voldemort. There you go. You know, the thou who shall not be named. Like, shut up. Thou shall not be named. I'm going to be scared of Ralph Fiennes without a nose. Great actor, by the way. But Voldemort? I'm going to be scared of somebody who can't smell a fresh Parmesan? I'm going to be afraid of him. I'm more afraid of somebody, you know, like Thanos. I'd be afraid of Thanos without the Infinity Stones. That guy can knock the shit out. Ralph Fiennes without a nose. That's who I'm afraid of. I'll say I ain't afraid of anything. I would slap the shit out of Voldemort. He can be a wizard all he wants. I slap the ever-living dog crap out of him. He's basically dog water to me. He's got 0 PR, earnings check. Oh wait, you got none. I ain't afraid of Voldemort. There's only been 22 minutes. Let me just rank who I like villains I can slap the ever-living dog crap out of. Number 1, Voldemort. Okay? That guy ain't shit to me. Okay? Number 2, okay, I'm gonna pull out somebody from Star Wars. Alright? This is mostly somebody that I really want to beat the ever-living crap out of. It's the ginger guy. What's his name again? Hux from the sequel trilogy. I throw that guy into the garbage chute. He's nothing. In Marvel, who would it be in Marvel? I guess you could say Zemo because he doesn't have actual powers. But I'm what's his name from the first I was gonna say I can't remember his name. Jeff Bridges' character from the first Iron Man. I literally just watched all the movies. Hey Google, who's the villain from Iron Man?
According to Wikipedia, Iron Man is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by
Hey Google, who's the villain from the first Iron Man movie? Obadiah Stane. Hey Google, shut up. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't understand.
Okay, she's done. I was gonna say Obadiah Stane, and I still want to, but Jeff Bridges, if he's in that armor, he'd beat the shit out of me. I want to say Sam Rockwell's character from Iron Man 2. I don't know, actually. Because, like, I'm trying to think of villains. Oh, the Dark Elves. Who's the big bad guy from the second Thor movie, the Dark Elves? I don't even remember his name. I slap him. You kidding me? Dude, if he's anything like that movie, he's dog water. I ain't afraid of him. Wow, I'm literally... who else is there? Who's the villain from Lord of the Rings? I've never seen Lord of the Rings, by the way. Is not Smeagol. He's just, he's addicted to the ring. Saruman? Nah, I'm not taking on Count Dooku. Nah. Is that who it is? Saruman? Is he the villain? I don't know. I honest to God, I've never seen Lord of the Rings. Game of Thrones, I'm gonna just say this right now. Anybody from Game of Thrones, even the dragons, I'll take them on with like it's nothing. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, that show is just overrated, overhyped. Who would it be from The Sopranos? See, Phil Leotardo would be a good choice because he's an old rat bastard. And I guess he was the villain. But, like, he got what he got. He got what he deserved. If you haven't seen the show at this point, spoiler alert, he got his head crushed by a fucking SUV. Yeah, I guess Phil Leotardo. He was an asshole. I never liked Phil. I love Frank Vincent. Hated his character, and that's why I love his character. What other properties are there? I don't even know who the villain from Star Trek is. Khan? Come on. Bernard Cucumber? I'd take that guy on any day. These guys got nothing on me. That's essentially my list. From Harry Potter, I'm taking on Voldemort. That guy ain't got nothing on me. Star Wars, kick the shit out of Hux. And Marvel, it's for sure the Dark Elves. All of them. Because if they're anything like the movies, I think I'm good. Who would I say? Phil Leotardo. That's my top 4 of people in shows and movies that I like. That I, beat the dog water out of. I said it but last week, but I think this is the most scuffed episode there is because I literally had no prep time for this. I prepped nada for this. Had no notes, had no idea what this episode was about. I just winged it. Yeah, so I think that's all for this week. I'm gonna go rest. I'm tired. I got other birthday messages to say thank you. I appreciate it too. Again, I am sorry if it's so unoriginal. All my messages, I would have shown it. I'm not very good at conveying emotion through text message because I don't know what to say over text for some reason. And when you're it's different if you said it to me in person because you'd see that I mean it because I'd be all like, oh, thank you again. But thank you for all the birthday wishes, basically. I love y'all. Hopefully 22 is a lot more... what am I saying? Hopefully 21 is a good year. Good age. Hopefully Vegas is a thing soon. Even though I don't even care for Vegas. Legit, before I get off, the only thing I want to do in Vegas, I care nothing about the strip clubs. Don't care about gambling. Drinking, I don't like getting sloshed. The only thing I want to do in Vegas is I want to go on the tours of Frank Collada? Yeah, Frank Collada's tours. I want that tour. If you don't know, in the movie Casino, Frank Vincent's character, the person that he's actually based off of became a rat. Because of that, he's out of the life. He needs money. He gives tours in Vegas, in all showing off all the parts where they conducted businesses, did whackings, stuff like that. That's the only reason why I really want to go to Vegas. Other than that, the only place I really want to go visit in the States is Chicago, New York, Florida, and Wisconsin. Wisconsin's number 1. Because I really want to go watch a Packers game. But that's basically it. I don't care for Vegas. I'm not cool. I'd go to experience it. But the idea of the way you experience Vegas is by not remembering your experience, basically. And like just thinking about it gives me a headache. I'm 21, but I'm like 54 on the inside. I don't know. Anyways, you can follow me on Instagram at Bonavoda. Follow the podcast at Leading the Pack Pod. You follow me on Twitter at Bonavoda_ with a capital B. Stay healthy, stay safe. The weather's nice. Start going outside. Make sure you get yourself some air. Drink water. That's definitely something you should be doing. Water is great for you. It keeps your skin clear. I usually drink, I don't know how many things of water a day. But drink your water. Anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. And I will see you next week when I am 21 and 1 week old.